At the start of Football Manager 2024, you will find Alejandro Garnacho at Manchester United. He's 19 years old, has played twice for the full Argentinian national team and has represented the under-20s 5 times, scoring 4 goals. He's contracted to Manchester United until 2028 on a contract worth £50,000 per week, and he's valued there at £56 to £169 million. Looking at the pitch graph, you can see that he can play in a number of positions, mainly off of the left or the right wings, can also play as a makeshift striker, can also cover as a makeshift attacking midfielder or left or right midfielder. He's now starting to turn in the types of performances that have seen him labelled a star boy in real life, contributing with assists and goals. And looking at him in game, you can see that he's set to explode both in real life and in game. Looking at the physicals, he comes with 18 acceleration, 18 pace, 14 natural fitness, 15 agility. In terms of the mentals, he has 13 for aggression, 16 for flair, 13 off the ball, 12 for work rate, 11 for vision. And in the technicals, 15 for dribbling, 14 for first touch, 13 for finishing, 12 for passing, 14 for penalty taking, and 14 for technique. He comes at the start of the game with a few player traits. Those are gets into the opposition area and cuts inside from the left wing. Looking at him at the start of the game, he's set up to have a wonderful career. The big question is, what will happen when we jump 5 years forward? Will Manchester United be able to keep hold of him, or will he move to somewhere else? We have now jumped forward. It is 2028 and we find a 23-year-old Alejandro Garnacho still at Manchester United. He has now played 33 times for Argentina, scoring 13 goals. He's valued by Manchester United at £76 to £227 million. He now has a contract worth £195,000 per week, and that runs till 2031. Looking at his attributes, he has started to have quite a big step in his development. He now has acceleration of 18, agility of 16, pace of 18, natural fitness of 15, stamina of 14. In his mentals, he's now becoming more well-rounded there too, with that flair of 16, determination of 15, vision, work rate, off the ball, composure and anticipation all scoring highly. In the technicals, dribbling is now up to 16, finishing of 14, first touch of 14, passing of 12, technique of 15. Let's have a look at his playing time to see how he has got to this point of his career then. So starting off in the 23-24 season, he managed to play 22 times but didn't contribute with a goal or assist. In the 24-25 season, he played 29 times with 3 goals and 4 assists. He managed to get himself a 7.22 average rating in that season. 25-26, 23 games, 4 goals, 2 assists and 1 player of the match award. 26-27, 29 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, 3 player of the match awards. And in 27-28, 29 games again, 3 goals, 3 assists and 2 player of the match awards. That means at this point of his career he's averaging a 7.05 average rating across his entire career. So he's setting up nicely now to move into his prime years. Once again, will he stick it out at Manchester United? Will we see him move on and fulfil that potential somewhere else? Let's jump 5 years further forward and see what happens in 2033. So it is now 2033. We find a 28-year-old Alejandro Garnacho is still at Manchester United. Now he has played 72 times for Argentina, scoring 24 goals. And Manchester United at this point of his career value him at 113 to £340 million. And he has another bump on that contract up to £325,000 per week, and that will run until 2036. Looking at the player, he has lost a little bit in terms of his physicals, so acceleration and pace have decreased by 1, agility is up to 17, but the rest of the physicals are still really good. Looking at the mental side of his game, flair of 17, determination of 15, composure of 15, work rate of 12, vision of 14, and then in terms of the technicals, the crossing has come down a little bit, the dribbling 17, the finishing is 14, the first touch of 15, he has 13 for passing and 15 for technique. It looks like he's developed a few more player traits also. He now knocks the ball past opponent, cuts inside from the left wing also. Looking at that playing time to see how he has got to this point then. So, staying at Manchester United, he is now an ever-present in the team, and some of those average ratings are very, very impressive. So, 28-29, 32 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists. Into the 29-30 campaign, 37 games played, 13 goals, 6 assists, 9 Player of the Match awards, and a 7.46 average rated season. 30-31, 38 games, full season played, 10 goals, 4 assists, 5 Player of the Match awards, and a 7.36 average rating. 31-32, 35 games, 14 goals, so he's most prolific in front of goal, 4 assists, 6 Player of the Match awards, and a 7.45 average rating. And then in the 32-33 campaign, 38 games played, full season, 10 goals, 8 assists, 7 Player of the Match awards, a 7.55 average rating. He's getting better and better in terms of his goals and assists output. But at the age of 28, is there more development to come? Let's jump 5 years further forward and see what happens to him in 2038. So we have jumped another 5 years forward. It is now 2038, and we find a 33-year-old Alejandro Garnacho plays for Paris Saint-Germain. At the age of 33, he has represented his national team 100 times, scoring 30 goals. He's valued by PSG at £14.5 to £43 million, and has a contract worth £235,000 per week, and that runs till 2039. Looking at the player now, he has started to decrease in terms of his abilities a little bit. He has lost a bit of acceleration and a bit of his pace, with those down to 13. He does still retain good agility, balance, natural fitness. In the mentals, composure and flair are 16 or above, but the rest of them have lost a couple of numbers. We have determination still at 15, vision of 15. If we look at the technicals, dribbling is now 15, finishing is 15, crossing is up to 15, first touch is 16, passing is 14, technique is 16. If we look at his career path to see how he has got to PSG then, so it was only in the 37-38 season he would make the leap to go to Ligue 1. He would join PSG on a free transfer from Manchester United. He had some fantastic seasons at United, but in the last season before he left, he would only play 20 games, scoring 9 goals, having 6 assists. But he would have a 7.54 average rating in that final season at Manchester United, before a season at PSG where he would play 20 times, score 3 goals, have 2 assists, and a 7.24 average rating. If we look at his career as a whole, he would play 479 games, score 104 goals, have 60 assists, 62 Player of the Match awards, would average a career of 7.33. If we look at some of his milestones to see if he has won anything personally and collectively, starting off first with the competitions that he would have won. Going back to the Manchester United days, Carabao Cup in 2023, FA Cup runner-up, got his first international cap against Australia, aged 18. He would then win the Europa League with Manchester United. He would finish runner-up in the Olympic Games before winning the Super Cup. He would then win the Carabao Cup again with Manchester United before a Europa League, European South American Club Challenge winners, another Super Cup medal would go his way. We would then get another Europa League, another Super Cup. They would finish Europa League runners-up, FA Cup winner, before PSG would come along and he would win the Trophée des Champions and Ligue 1 Uber Eats. So only winning 1 league title in his entire career, and that is after he moved to France. If we look at his personal awards, going back to Manchester United, there are going to be a lot of Team of the Weeks and a lot of seasonal best 11s in this. He won the 24-25 Northwest Football Awards Rising Star of the Season. He would be in Argentina, Manchester United seasonal best 11s for the 26 and 27 campaigns. Also in 28 and 29. In 2030, he was Argentine World Player of the Year. He was Manchester United Supporters Player of the Year. In 31, he was named in the Premier League Teams of the Weeks, Manchester United Seasonal Best 11. Same goes for 32. In 33, there are quite a lot of accolades in terms of Argentine World Player of the Year, English Premier Division Team of the Week, Seasonal Best 11 for Manchester United, Europa League Squad of the Season, and Argentina's Best 11. He was Supporters Player of the Year for 2033-34, Champions League Midfielder of the Season 3rd place in 34. In 35, there are a lot of seasonal appearances in Seasonal Best 11s. In the 36 campaign, he was Supporters Player of the Year for Manchester United. He was named English Premier Division Player of the Month for September. And then finally going over to Paris Saint-Germain, he would get in the Ligue 1 Team of the Week in 37, and in 38 he would be named as PSG's Seasonal Best 11. So, for a player of his ability who goes on to become an absolute world star looking wonderkid, it's a shame that Manchester United aren't as good in the game as what he could potentially become. Maybe he can drag them along in real life. Maybe he will leave sooner than what he does in the game. But either way, for a player of his ability to only have won one league winners medal, and that after he left the Premier League, is quite a shame for him on a personal level, but it could show his love for Manchester United, which isn't a bad thing either. Right then, if you've enjoyed this video, firstly, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel because you do not want to miss out on any of the other content. There are other players in this series. If you haven't seen them already, go back and check some of them. Before you go, don't forget there are other things such as hints, tips, tutorials, Wonderkids, Let's Plays. A little bit of something for everybody on the channel. But for this one, I'm going to leave it there. Big thank you for watching. I'll see you on another video very soon.